All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Minnesota Vikings in today's video. Before we do, by the way, San Francisco, your upcoming opponent on Sunday, has not won in Minnesota since 1992. But more on that in just a couple of minutes. Folks, the Sam Darnold show was fully on display. Phenomenal pilot episode taking down the New York Giants in grandeur fashion. 28-6 on the road against New York Giants. My biggest issue this entire week was nothing to do with Sam Darnold. It was nothing to do with Kevin O'Connell. It had nothing to do with Brian Flores and these phenomenal Minnesota Vikings defensive players, especially new additions. It was all, wow, Daniel Jones is that bad. Wow, he's really bad. Wow, the New York Giants are the worst team in football, undisputed. Folks, the Giants defense is actually pretty solid. I like their front seven. I don't think Daniel Jones is all that bad. He's not the best, but put some way more respect on the Minnesota Vikings name. You guys are aware of it, flying under the radar. We said it all summer, and everybody saw it week one. It's not crazy to say the Minnesota Vikings could / will / might make the playoffs. This is easily a 7-win team. I mean, it just really is. And I think we're about to fully experience or witness, I should say, why Sam Darnold was drafted 3 overall not very long ago and why his career kind of trajectory has been the way it is the last few years. He got drafted by the Jets, then it's Carolina. I mean, what really can you expect? So before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Vikings fans, oh my goodness gracious. Our Vikings video for Monday has like 60,000 views. I seriously cannot thank you enough. Before we get any further in today's video, let's try and get it to 100 likes. That would mean the world to me. I'm amped up. I just ripped the coffee. I just moved into my new apartment in Clearwater, and we just got the Wi-Fi hooked up. So let's get into it. Sam Darnold show. 19-24, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, there was an interception, but 8 Vikings players caught passes. Aaron Jones, new acquisition from my Green Bay Packers, 94 yards, and obviously that touchdown. But maybe even more importantly, or most importantly, one big thing, and you guys had to deal with it all summer. Oh my God, what are they going to do without Daniel Hunter? Oh my God, this defense. Who's Blake Cashman, Jonathan Greenard, Andrew Van Ginkel? Who are these players? What's Minnesota doing? 4 defenders, including rookie Dallas Turner, had a sack against the New York Giants this past Sunday. And then obviously, like we just said, the 49ers haven't won in Minnesota since 1992. Got a 1 p.m. Eastern time game at home against San Francisco. Jordan Addison did not practice today. We'll get to that in just a second. But I'm really excited for this game because everyone obviously is picking San Francisco with or without CMC, right? I think the Vikings are going to give them a run. And I actually will make this bold prediction. I was going to save it towards the end of the video. I will predict, this might end poorly, but I'm going to stick to my guns here. I do predict Minnesota to pull off an upset against San Francisco 49ers this upcoming Sunday. Their defense, here's the thing. So Sam Darnold was a backup QB for Kyle Shanahan last year, right, in San Francisco. He was not happy about losing Sam Darnold. And there was a reason he wanted Sam Darnold to back up Brock Purdy. And there was also a very clear reason Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings team wanted Sam Darnold in town, but specifically KOC, one of the best offensive minds in the National Football League. And, you know, we pretty much saw it against the Giants to a lesser degree because, folks, I mean, the game wasn't close, right? 28-6. I get it was close at halftime, whatever. But they're going to throw blitzes at him. San Francisco's got a great defense. We're all aware of this. But like my point is, Kyle Shanahan knows Sam Darnold, like the back of his hand, right? So Sam Darnold's screwed because he was with them last year. So these defensive players know what Sam Darnold likes. They know what he doesn't like. They know his tendencies. It has not been flipped. It has not been flipped in the sense of Sam Darnold also knows this about the defense. He also knows this about Kyle Shanahan. He also knows this about the San Francisco 49ers team because he was a member of it last year. So last season, Minnesota, in the last game Kirk Cousins fully played, unfortunately, I'm sorry to bring it up, took down the upset. right? And it was very cool because Minnesota was 2-4 at that time. They got that win on Monday Night Football. Brian Flores' defense limited the 49ers to 0 explosive runs and their lowest yards per carry average of the season. So CMC or no CMC, that doesn't worry me. Brian Flores specifically, I mean, the defense is really talented, but he deserves a lot more praise than he gets across the National Football League. It is important to note San Francisco, and everyone's been talking about it all week. They did not play that game with Deebo Samuel. They also did not play that game with Trent Williams. But what everybody is forgetting is Justin Jefferson did not play in that football game. Why is that just not being mentioned all week? So I'm really excited about this game. I really am, man. I think you got to strike while the iron is hot. It's week 2. You're coming off an impressive road victory. Like, I don't care that it's the New York Giants. I don't care that it's Daniel Jones. Put some respect on this Vikings team. But one kid who really does have to step up, or they're going to be looking to step up, is going to be Jalen Naylor, because Jefferson and Addison, I almost called him Devontae Adams. Oh my God. When Jefferson and Addison were targeted when they were on the field together in week 1, right? And man, Jordan Addison didn't practice today. It's not looking great. But once again, same thing with CMC. One report says he's extremely doubtful. The other says, he's limited practice. He's going to play, yada, yada, yada. When JJ and Addison were on the field together, Darnold completed 13 of 14 passes for 151 yards and a touchdown. And then obviously Addison suffered that ankle injury on the second play of the second quarter and ultimately did not return. And obviously you don't have TJ Hawkinson while he's working himself back from his injury. KJ Osborne, reliable target. He's over in New England. He's not on this roster. And Aaron Jones, they're going to game plan strong against Aaron Jones. And they're also going to double team Justin Jefferson probably for the entire football game, right? So somebody needs to step up. And that's why I mentioned at the beginning of this video that 8 different Vikings players, caught a ball in week 1. Sam Darnold was throwing it everywhere. So a couple of players I'm keeping an eye on is actually going to be Josh Oliver, 2 catches, 27 yards last weekend. And then Jalen Naylor, who only saw 1 target. He had 1 completion for 21 yards, and it was a beautiful touchdown. He was wide open. And that's, like, to me, kind of the perfect example of why Kevin O'Connell is underrated. Like, you go back, you watch that play, JJ's in motion, looks like he's about to get the ball, and Jalen Naylor has a walk-in touchdown. Put some respect on this team, because the defense, man, I'm telling you, dude, let's just look at this depth chart. It's loaded. Jonathan Bullard, Harrison Phillips, Jerry Tillery, Dallas Turner, Jonathan Greener, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, Andrew Van Ginkel. Sneaky safety room. Cam Bynum's healthy. Harrison Smith, Stephon Gilmore already made an impact. Byron Murphy had a great game. Josh Metellus, underrated as well. This defense is going to keep you in the football game, all right? And if they can move the chains, get first downs, obviously I know this is basics, but if they can win the turnover battle and stop the run, stop the time of possession, get that defense off the field, keep them fresh for the fourth quarter, folks, I really do think Minnesota has a very good chance at least pulling off this upset. But once again, I'm going to call the upset. I do think Minnesota takes down San Francisco this upcoming Sunday. But that's it for me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content and plenty of Vikings videos. And folks, give me a game score prediction for Sunday's matchup against San Francisco 49ers. Peace.